Stinson, thank you so much for having me today. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what we're going to take a look at today?
Well, we're in the Gibson School Lofts. It is probably the last of the real lofts that'll be available. These buildings are no longer just sitting there waiting to be picked up. Yeah. Hamilton's in a new era now. I came here about 15 years ago, and it has dramatically changed in the last 2-3 years as other developments are happening here.
If you don't mind, where from?
Toronto.
From Toronto. What brought you here to Hamilton?
The buildings.
The buildings.
The buildings. I was actually enticed by the opportunity to buy the Stinson School on Stinson Street in the Stinson neighborhood, which we converted into loft condos. The Gibson School actually was acquired pretty much the same time because there were some people who had bought it who weren't familiar with how to do historic conversions. People think, oh yeah, you buy a neat old building for a cheap price in Hamilton, what can go wrong? Well, if you haven't done heritage buildings before and you haven't done this type of development before, just about everything can go wrong.
Yeah.
That's all I do though.
Okay.
So I've been doing this for decades. So this building, I think, is going to be probably the best known. It has so many cool factors to it. Okay. And we've learned so much about how to do them, how to put them together. Plus, it has a street presence that none of the others do. It is right on a street, Barton, which I would compare to Toronto's Queen Street West. We did the Candy Factory Lofts there close to 30 years ago, and it changed the whole downtown of Toronto. It was the building, was the catalyst for all the development that's happened in the downtown core, and that's not me making that up. Toronto Life did an article 2006 on 10 events that were the key that changed Toronto. And the Candy Factory Lofts was in that list, which I thought was pretty cool. That wasn't my idea. I just saw it in the magazine and thought, wow, that's great.
That must be validating, huh?
It was. When a third party, looks at it and says, this was a game changer.
Yeah.
Gibson will be a game changer in Hamilton. And I sit on the Barton Street BIA board along here. It is now a changing time here. And this street is White Queen West. It has reached that tipping point where the demographics of the area, the retail, it's turning from being, an area that had seen better times. It was the prime commercial street here in Hamilton. Then when the factory sort of slowed down and such, it went down. And now it's on the way back up again. Stinson School has got awards for changing that neighborhood. This will do more. You'll see the spaces. They're not a boring space in this building. These are new Pella windows, exposed wood ceilings, brick walls everywhere.
Yeah,
this is classic photogenic loft.
Yeah.
All the corners are qualified.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see.
All right, well, let's look at them. Yeah. So we're in the main hall. This is the standard hall. It's 12 feet wide, 13 feet tall. I mean, it is in itself a street. By the way, this stairwell, we keep the old iron stairs, but this will actually be incorporated into a unit. So as you can tell by the acoustics, we are in the gym. And this will be converted into 5 townhouse-style units, 19-foot ceiling. They have a street entrance on Barton Street. These are live-work designated. You can put a store here. If you're operating the store, that's what live-work is. You've got to own and operate. You can't rent it out. Or you could put a townhouse-style unit. Our price for these at $599, a 1,200 square foot 2-bedroom townhouse that could be a live-work. Find that value somewhere else, because you can't. But our design for this space, there are 5 of these in the gym. They're 40 feet across, 15 feet wide, 2 stories. In the center, completely open to the ceiling, 19 feet high with the skylights. A bedroom on this end, a bedroom on that end, looking over the center area, living room, dining room, walkout space. Alternatively, we have one client buying one of these units, and their plan is to put they're buying it for the son. The son will have his professional office on the ground floor. He's a dentist, and upstairs he'll put his 1-bedroom loft apartment. So it's the last frontier, and it's the last one of these buildings you'll see along here.
Wow.
I bought this building over a decade ago. The prices in Hamilton, they're not Toronto. Toronto's $1,600 to $2,000 a square foot for even normal-ish condos. Mm-hmm. We are here in this building, our average is between $600 to $800 a square foot. So we are way below the market.
Yeah.
And this is a character building.
Yeah.
So you're getting a superior product at half the price.
A little bit of a mess.
Well, it's okay. That's part of the shtick. So we are building a little model unit here just to show you what a one-bedroom is in the basement area, and so you're going to be surprised at the space inside. So this unit is 770 square feet with an 11-foot ceiling. Exposed brick everywhere, high ceilings, exposed wood joists, have a full kitchen. Look, the cabinets aren't finished yet, but look at the height. I mean, 11 foot, you could store just about everything. All those useless kitchen gifts you get, the little Cuisinarts you never take, everything, there's lots of storage space here. There will be a door here going out to your patio. The floor is a solid wood floor. This is the granite counter that's going to go on here. I mean, look at the amount of space here. You can actually put furniture here. Most of the new condos now, they show you a floor plan with furniture, but then you notice that the width of the dining room is 6.5 feet. And I think, I don't know if that furniture is full scale. Is this a Barbie movie or what? The space is generous. You could put a huge TV here. Very bright. And we're on a gloomy day here today. So the bedroom is in here. Here's a neat little feature. Using the old school doors.
Efficient use of space for sure.
Yeah, and the character of these, I mean, these are from 1914, the original oak doors.
Wow.
So there's a little feature here. See, there's a solid maple floor, but that black tile is actually from the blackboards that were in the school. So we kept the slate blackboards and we're cutting them into tiles, so you have a nice black slate tile entry here. Okay? Quite prepared to customize units for people. In fact, we actually offer a custom plan. Let's say the price of the unit was $400,000, which we actually do have, believe it or not, for a spacious unit. Our custom plan, we reduce the price by 15%. So the 400, take off $60,000 from it. We're going to take some money off that, for which you get the base shell of the unit. We then rebuild in terms of how you want the floors, how you want the washroom, how you want the bedroom set up. The basic shell unit does have a little washroom. It does have the hookups for everything, and then we just rebuild it. And we're not overpricing it. You won't end up spending any more on it. It's just a difference of how we do it. So we start, because every unit in the building is different anyways, we start with the shell, give you your basic mechanicals, heating, cooling, everything, washroom, power, water, etc. And then we'll just position things. So you may choose to have the extra tall cabinets. You may choose to have a black granite counter or a gray quartz counter. You may choose to just say, well, I'll do it yourself. So there's a lot of opportunity and flexibility here, but as I may have mentioned, in this building, there's only 4 dozen units. So there's not going to be another one.
Do you have an idea what you're going to name the coffee shop?
Yes, I do.
Okay, is that undisclosed for now?
Jeans 24/7. This is the amenity for the building. In behind the cafe, there's a little area you can see there, sort of overgrown now, a little sort of courtyard. That will be glass covered, and that will be an indoor patio. So year round will be a sunny little space behind the cafe. Then they'll come through here, cutting down, so there'll be a stair here, coming down into this room, this classroom, which is a brick-lined classroom with 11-foot ceilings. This will become a lounge area, fireplace, sofas, etc. So you'll have a genuine sort of local social meeting place. And it may seem, oh well, another coffee house, who needs that? But realistically now, when you go into a coffee shop, it's a drive-through, or you go in and it's quite obvious they don't want you to stick around. They want you to press the little buttons on the computer and get your order, and then they'll get the order wrong, but you're so tired by that time you say, yeah, the hell with it, and you leave. They don't want you to hang around. This will be that sort of neighborhood meeting space. Everybody who's seen this part, from the councilor down to the local residents to the police, think, wow, 24/7 coffee shop with that, with the lounge. I'm there, man. I'm there.
Now, with the current state of the market, you are obviously a market expert. How do you feel about selling a product like this? Do you think that because this is such a unique and niche product,
it's a niche product.
There's always
our buyers,
for something like this?
The people who come into this building are not the regular market.
Yeah.
They were not even looking at a shoebox condo in a cookie cutter building.
Correct.
Not even interested.
Yeah.
Okay. they're seeing this saying, oh, I won't find this anywhere.
Yeah, so true.
I wish I had 400 of these.
Yeah.
We could sell them. We have gone to the second floor now. This is exactly the same footprint as we saw downstairs, 770 square feet. The ceiling here is 13 feet high. So you'll see the scale now. The windows are 2.5 times larger than downstairs. The ceiling is 3 feet higher than downstairs. Sorry, 2 feet higher. But everybody who comes into this unit, having just seen the one downstairs, says, oh yeah, this is much bigger. It's exactly the same footprint. But the cubic volume is a wow. We're going to go to the third floor.
Third floor.
And we have everything from one bedrooms to, spaces you could put 2 or 3 or whatever. The square footage here is generous. The ceiling heights are high. The materials are abundant. These are new Pella windows, exposed wood ceilings, brick walls everywhere.
Yeah,
This is classic photogenic loft.
Yeah.
So we are now on the third floor of the building. This is the penthouse level, if you want to call it that. The ceilings are 16 feet high. So you could add to this unit probably another 300 to 400 square foot in a gallery, put your bedroom, little library, den, office, overlooking this space here, and you've got a super cool unit. You cannot get in Toronto, what would this cost you? $1 million, $1.2 million or something? Yeah. In this here, you're looking at $599, $699 for these units. You cannot beat that. So we are on the third floor still. This is a corner unit, wraparound windows here. The ceiling here is the 16 feet. Mezzanine up there for another bedroom or whatever. But with these corner units, you could easily section this off here, put a full bedroom, full wall right up if you really want the full privacy. You could put another bedroom over in that corner. You have your kitchen along this wall here. I have grandmothers coming in here and priests coming here and saying, oh, because these are wow. Yeah. This unit would be $799.
$799. And square foot wise?
It is 1,250 square feet, not counting the gallery. Okay. So you could add another 400 square feet here in gallery. Okay. And we've always catered to the filmers. We do lots of film shoots here. This building, we've had it rented out to, we had a year of Hallmark films during the schlocky Christmas movies here. They showed, they had this whole building was a studio. Okay. This would be the lunchroom, that was costumes, it would be the wardrobe, then you have your makeup, then you have the lunchroom for the extras, equipment, the whole thing. This was a studio for a year for Hallmark. We had Slasher, we had Murdoch Mysteries, we have Titans, we've had Handmaid's Tale, There will be a second phase to this project. We're on the roof of Gibson School now. There will be 2 levels up here, 30 more units of 1-bedroom units, little terrace around the entire side. You get the view from here. Unfortunately, it's a really rainy day, but you can see the football stadium over there, Tim Hortons Field, the escarpment to the south, the downtown skyline, and then actually the classic industrial Hamilton downtown, the steel mill still. Over there, we've got the Imperial Cotton Mill, which is a fabulous commercial loft building. There's the Westinghouse building here. This is downtown industrial area, but becoming a very cool residential area now. Again, it's Hamilton's Queen Street West. Finished in a year.
You guys can finish a project like this in a year?
Sure.
Wow.
So this is the grand stair that will be kept as part of the building. I bought this building over a decade ago, and we've been working on this now for that time period steadily. There's very little left to be done. We're not going to drywall the bricks. The rooms are defined by the brick walls already. The work we have to do now is essentially plumbing, wiring, demising of. There's not much from a development perspective. We're in the home stretch here. It will be occupied within a year. So you will be in this building, living in this building, before next Christmas. And I can say that because we are in a building that's dry. Contractors can work on every level. They have free parking outside beside the building, and that is a big problem in downtown Toronto. Where do you put all the trucks? They got to go down the street and they pay a big buck for it. You can work here quickly and simply in every area of the building. We will have people in within a year. The top floor, that'll be a couple of years. And the third phase of it, which will be a mid-rise building beside it, again, that'll be about a couple of years. So, but this building, you'll be in within the year. So there is one feature that is a bit unique for this building, and for any of our buildings. It is pretty commonplace now, common knowledge, that the Airbnb short-term rental market is floundering because most condominiums are prohibiting it. A lot of problems with them. They're absentee owners and the traffic of people who they don't know. We do offer that possibility, but we manage it. So we will have an office at the front of this building. We will run a shorter term leasing program, but the leasing has to be done through our office. We will be there full time. We will vet the tenants if you want to get them, or we'll run it for you, but it has to run through the main office. But it will be allowed on a controlled basis within the building. So we will provide that option for you. And the reality is, doing Airbnb is a lot of work. And if we're basing it as a shoot off of our hotel, which we will have here as well, the Beasley Park Hotel and the Buffalo Hotel, and we also have our connections in the film business, and you have the football stadium down the street, and you have all the production studios around here, that's a big business, the film business. And they don't want to go online and click one. They want to trust an operator they know. So we talk to the location managers, we talk to the film people, we talk to the football team, we talk to the production people. We have those tenants for you.
Mr. Stinson, thank you so much for having me.